Hi, I'm Aris and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you 5 trailing Hoyas that's readily available right now in the Philippine market. So when I say trailing Hoyas, these Hoyas are the ones that don't need trellises, so they just spill out of the pot. These Hoyas, in my opinion, are very good for people who don't want to bother training their Hoyas onto trellises or having their Hoyas climb onto trees, because like I said, they just spill out of the pot. Before going through the list that I've prepared for this video, so in this channel, I just want to share the things that I've learned since I started with the hobby, things that I've learned from taking care of cacti and succulents, philodendrons, and other plant genera that I have. So if you're into that content, hi, welcome, please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, I'm more active there, talk to me there. So now, here are the 5 trailing Hoyas that's easily accessible right now in the Philippine market. First is Hoya Sigilatus. With this Hoya, I think we have 2 flowers available. We have pink and yellow. Now, with this Hoya, I don't really have much experience with it because I did have cuttings at one point, but they kind of died on me, and I haven't had a chance to get a new one since my cuttings died. This Hoya is native to the Philippines. More or less, we can somehow assume that this Hoya is quite easy to take care of. Second Hoya is Hoya David Coming GI. This is another Philippine native. With this one, I've had this Hoya since 2019, and since then it's been giving me blooms usually during the start of the year. I think it's a seasonal bloomer, so it's usually the start of the year, first quarter of the year. The blooms actually smell like butterscotch or burnt caramel, burnt sugar, and it's kind of pleasant, and it actually has nice foliage, and if you're into foliage, you might also like David Coming GI. Third Hoya is Hoya Lagunosa, and this is another Philippine native. This Hoya actually is very new to my Hoya collection, and the Lagunosa that my friend gave me is the longleaf variety. Here's a video of it, and here's a photo of a trailing Lagunosa. And as for the Lagunosa bloom, they actually produce white blooms, so here they are. And if you're into foliage, they also have a unique foliage. They actually kind of have abs. So here's a close-up of the leaf of my long leaf. Hoya number 4 is Hoya Sigilatus. I don't think this one is a Philippine native, and personally, I find this Hoya hard to take care of. I also got one back in 2019, and until now, it's kinda So I'll just show you. Here's my Hoya Sigilatus. I've actually recently repotted this, and as you can see, it's not lush and it's kind of sad looking, but the foliage is amazing if you can see it properly. It has some splashes and a red underside. Actually, even foreign long-time Hoya hobbyists are having hard time with this Hoya. But I have a friend who's very successful with this Hoya Sigilatus, and I think Sigillatus was his very first Hoya, and here's a photo of his plant. So I guess at the end of the day, it really depends on the person who's taking care of the plant. And here's the bloom of Hoya Sigilatus, and I'm actually excited for mine to bloom, but I doubt that it will bloom anytime soon. Before moving on to the final Hoya, I've actually talked to Love Leaf Grow, and they decided to give a 5% discount on every Hoya purchase in their Instagram shop, and most of the Hoyas that I've discussed in this video are available in their shop, so you don't really have to go on a wild goose chase looking for these Hoyas that I've mentioned, because they have them in stock. Now, all I want you to do is comment the answer to this question, and follow these mechanics. final Hoya on the list is Hoya Carnosa compacta or Hoya Hindu rope. With this Hoya, based on personal experience and my friend's experience, it's not really a beginner Hoya. Personally, what happened to mine was it kept on giving me blooms for a whole year, and then its health just suddenly declined. I've been trying to save it the whole year last year. So fortunately this year, I think my Hoya compacta has recovered and it kind of looks like this right now, and it used to look like this. So as for the color, it's just that, like in my Hoya care video, too much light or too much sun usually lightens the Hoya's foliage. And then here's the bloom. So the bloom actually smells like chocolate. So there, 5 trailing Hoyas that's currently available in the Philippine market, and you can easily purchase them from my friend's IG store. Thank you for watching, happy planting, and see you on my next video.